Funny enough, I've been sent the photo of the manager. Nimetumiwa.
If you're a waitress and you're always harassed in these clubs because these managers are taking advantage, how do you fire people because they refuse to sleep with you?
I know your kitu imemwaffect hata yeye, but you know, when you're a bad person, also you expect that your time will never come.
Shame on you. Shame on you. I hope you have kids that are girls.
So, me, I will say that I think Quiver wameisikia and they are going to deal with him. They can deal with him from here.
Are you scared for anything? Like, are you prepared? Are you looking for a lawyer?
I think I'm not looking for a lawyer, but I was scared. Juzi usiku senye niliona imetrend, I was very scared. Hadi sasa yani ukisikia tu mtu anakuja kwa mlango yenyu, you're like, bas, wamekuja.
What's up, everybody? This is Kenya Online Media, your number one source of entertainment news. My name is Eve Nyaga, and there has been this story that has been trending, you know, where this lady by the name Kare went on TikTok and exposed a certain establishment for firing ladies for refusing to do stuff with their managers. So I have the lady with me, and she'll be telling us more about the story and what exactly is happening in that establishment. So welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
So kindly introduce yourself to the people watching and tell them who you are.
My name is Ivy Wangare. What else?
What do you do?
I'm a makeup artist. I'm a hairdresser. Soon I'll be going into thrifting and styling. Yeah.
All right. So there is this video that you did yesterday actually. So tell us what the day before, not yesterday, the day before. Yeah. So what happened? Like, what inspired you to do this particular video and rant about this establishment and what they're doing to their female employees?
Okay. So I had just come home. And I found my cousin had been fired. So I asked her what happened. And after she told me anything, because I knew this story was going on with her and the manager calling her, come to my place. Apparently for you to be hired there, you have to pass through the manager's house. And then unampea, and then now you'll be a permanent employee. Now her, she just started work on first, and by that alikuwa amefutwa simply because the director had employed her directly. So hakupitia ile process ya manager. So manager akamwekea wanted, akamwambia wewe, I'll deal with you. You won't last here. And so he made sure that he had fired her kwa sababu hakupitia ile njia. That amekuwa akijaribu kumuingiza na haikuwezekana.
So what you're saying is ukisha employeewa let's just say the name of the place, Quiver Kitengela, right? That is the name of the place, right? So once you're employed there, the manager tells you uende kwake umuone. So usipoenda and do things with him, he fires you. So that was what your cousin was going through.
So you go there, you have an interview. They employ you as a casual first of all, so that they can view how you're doing your work. So as you're working as a casual, now that's the chance that he gets. You must go to his place as you're working there. So ukienda place yake umfurahishe, now you're employed as a permanent employee hapo Quiver, but you always start as a casual. Yeah.
So cousin yako alianza kufanya kazi first, ukasema amekuwa fired third. So how many, she worked there for 2 days?
She worked permanently for 2 days, but she's been going there as a casual for 6 months, from December until May. And then now May, the director had a meeting with them, akamwambia, because you've been here for 5 months, I want you to uingizwe kwa payroll, because you've proved enough. If you've been here for 5 months, clearly you've proved enough, you can work with us. Yes.
All right. Okay. So once alikuwa fired, why did you decide to speak out for her? Why? Yeah.
I decided to speak out for her because, first of all, when she was working there, she always told me stories of others who had been fired. Wengine waliendaga kwa manager and wakalala na yeye. but they were still fired. So yeah, alikuwa ananipea ile story, yani hata huyo manager ukimpea bado tu atakufuta. And there are times that he will call her, najua amekataa kwenda kwake, hakuwa anamuita casual, alikuwa anamuacha. So yeye alikuwa anaamka on Fridays, juu anajua it's going to be busy anyway, Friday and Saturday anajipeleka, manager akikuja anampata yeye alishafanya nini, alishaingia shift. So me thinking of what of those girls who they actually gave themselves to the manager and they were also fired, and she didn't actually give herself to the manager. She has worked there for 5 months, proven that she is able to work for them as a permanent staff, but she was actually fired on the third day of the job. It's not fair. That is why I decided to speak out. Yeah.
So as I was checking your TikTok, I noticed that the video is not there. What happened to the video? Did you take it down?
No, I've not taken the video down, but from yesterday, I think there are people who have opened pseudo accounts. They have been attacking me, and me, when I'm seeing them attacking me, because they have 0 followers, they have just joined TikTok, they've been sent, I think, to attack me and make me just lay down, but I am not stopping. That is how I am. I know that the message is actually getting home. So the video, I might have been reported, I don't know. There was an instance yesterday nili notice video yangu yuko but ikarudi. So I don't know what is happening, but there have been those threats za ati niachane tu na hii story. I hope I have a lawyer, but I just know that the message is home. So for me, I'm not feeling intimidated. I'm just going to spread this word and we're going to get the message home, because I even have staff from there right now texting me, don't stop until the manager is taken away from this establishment. Yeah.
Other than, your cousin's story, is there any proof that you guys have that this manager was doing these things?
Yeah, we have a proof, because on January 31st, I remember there is a friend of my cousin that used to work there, and they happened to talk, and there was this voice note that I listened to. So this girl, aliona tu like a give-in, like, let me just go to this manager's place and then nipewe hii job. So yeye kwenda akakataa kulala na yeye, but she managed to, like, the manager akamwambia, then you have to do a blow job and then I'll give you this job. So akampatia blow job, but do you know what? She was fired. And then when she was fired, she thought, let me just go to the police and ni report. But unfortunately, as long as uko kwa nyumba ya mwanaume, there is nothing that can be recorded as sexual assault. Kama angekuwa ati kwa nyumba ya dem, ndio ingechukuliwa seriously. So huyo dem alienda tu, ameshamfanyia the blowjob thing na amefutwa. So it's so sad, because yeye alijitolea tu, like, let me just do this and get this job because I have to meet my day-to-day needs. But pia akaenda kufutwa. So we have that one. We have also I have people texting me like, huyu manager ni ukweli, aliniambia tuende kwake, but mimi nilikataa akanifuta. So yeah, it means that siwezi kuwa tu nimetoka niharibie mtu jina. Inajionyesha tu yenyewe. Yeah.
So is the problem the manager or the establishment?
I think the problem is the manager. And if you're a CEO and maybe uko na business kadhaa, you might not have time to be there all the time. So that is why we employ managers. That is why we have workers there to do the work for us. So as the manager, yeye ndo anakuwaga the head of the establishment. So me, I feel like the management, they have the manager as the one who is directing that place for them. So watamwamini sana kushinda hawa watu wenye wanakujaga wakifanya nini? Wakienda. So me, I think the management should just sit down. The people who are doing most of the works are these employees. Can they be talking about one person, like 20 people are complaining about the same person and they are not taking it seriously? It means that something needs to be done, and it must come from the management, because the manager has all the rights to fire every employee, but now the manager can only be fired by the management. Yeah.
So you've decided to go forward with this thing and keep fighting for your cousin. Have you had any instances yourself of sexual harassment? Unajua sometimes kitu ikiwa imekuhapenia and una feelingi, okay, now it's time, I need to fight for this because it has happened to me and it's about time that this stops.
For me personally, I've not had instances of sexual harassment, but I'm not only advocating for sexual harassment at work. Kuna vitu mingi kama, I used to work somewhere, and when I was working for them, nikiwa shift ya usiku, I happened kuumwa na nyoka. Let me tell you, that is when I knew I was working for a toxic establishment. I was not taken to hospital. I had to call my own people, wanikujie wanipeleke hosi, and I'd been bitten senye nilikuwa nawafanyia kazi. So after that I decided to quit because nilienda hosi usiku, asubuhi wakaniambia tena niingie kazi. So I'm not only advocating for sexual harassment, I'm also advocating for places where you're treated like if you're not a human being and you're working for this person, you're making their dreams come true, but yet they can't take care of you. Yes.
So umesema some people have asked you, stop doing this story, wachana nayo, let it go. Do you have a lawyer? Has anyone from the said establishment reached out to you? Have you received any threats? Have you, is your life in danger in any way? Because this is a big establishment, ikona line mingi ya clubs and everything. They might be open to fighting you and everything. Have you experienced that?
I think apart from one person that niliview profile yake nikaona yeye ni wa Quiver ya huko, I think there is no other person who has come out directly. Maybe wenye wametumwa, they have created now those pseudo accounts, but I know that my life is in danger. I've received some threats and I've also been told to be very careful because I've been told I'm dealing with the big boys, but me, I'm not against the big boys. Me, I'm against this one manager that is making girls' life miserable. So I'm not here to attack Quiver, Kitengela business. I am here to advocate for, if Quiver can go on, but we employ mtu mwenye atafanya all these girls, they are comfortable and they are working for them, then it can be the best thing that can happen. Yes.
So the problem is definitely not the establishment, it is this person who is working there. I've also seen people telling you to reveal the face, useme jina ya manager, so that watu wajue ni nani, and maybe if someone has a story, they can also come out and say that, yes, indeed, this is the person. So what is your plan with that?
Funny enough, I've been sent the photo of the manager. Nimetumiwa, and I think for me, I know your kitu imemwaffect hata yeye, but when you're a bad person, also you expect that your time will never come. So me, I will say that I think Quiver wameisikia and they are going to deal with him. They can deal with him from here. And also, I can say for every person who has texted me, it means they cannot speak out for themselves. That is why we have leaders, and those people who cannot actually speak out for themselves, their leaders get to do it. And I am here to speak about every person that has been harassed, whether you're in Quiver, whether you're in any other place. I am here to make, for you to be heard. I am your voice. Yeah.
So after, if this man is fired and that is the goal of your advocacy today, huyu mtu atolewe kazi so that they can employ someone who is not like that and is treating the ladies with respect. Will you continue advocating for people who cannot advocate for themselves?
I think my friends can confirm. I have been one person who have been speaking about for people, on behalf of people. I am one person who fight for people. My friends can confirm that. And I think I am going to continue to speak about those people who are harassed. There are places which have been tagged to go to next. So I am going to continue with this. It is not stopping only after Quiver, Kitengela. I am going to go on with this, and I want you to comment. If you want us to expose someone, let's expose them. At the end of the day, I'm seeing people writing ati mulikata kusoma. Who told you we don't have certificates? We have left our degrees at home. We only have to take the jobs you're getting because we have to provide. So all those people who are coming to the comment at Team Jasoma, that is why you're working in clubs, and the same clubs is where you come and get your entertainment from, like, it's not fair. It's not fair.
How are you dealing with the hateful comments? Because ni mingi, people are just spewing the worst of things kwa your comment section ya your video, and also the other video that you did.
Hey, kwanza men, you are attacking me. Kwani are you the managers who are doing that? Anyway, I think for me, I was prepared for anything. And I knew nitaatakiwa sana. But what is giving me strength is just seeing that girl mwenye anasema, thank you for talking for us. Thank you for saying this. We've been suffering for a long time. I think that is what I'm taking. Me, I'm not taking any negative thing. If you want to troll me, you continue. Me, I'm not there to take your negativity. I am here to get the message home and get this person out of that place so that people can work in peace. Yeah.
You've mentioned that the people who are telling you, asante because you are speaking out for us, they have mentioned other places that a similar thing is happening. Ni kama wapi, and what places have they mentioned?
I think the places that got tagged a lot is Blue Springs Hotel. I think it's in Thika Road ama Thika. Iyo imetagiwa sana, and there's this Nakuru space next door. It has also been tagged a lot. And Mlolongo, I think 110. Pia hiyo imetagiwa sana. But apart from that, nimeona tu mtu akiandika hata Karisi ufanya hivyo, ako hapa Mlolongo, hata huyu anafanyaga hivyo, ako hapa hivi. So yeah, but Blue Springs imepata a lot of tagging with the same character, I think, from the manager. So
kuna watu wanawataja majina pia penye wako.
Wanawataja majina, they are saying they are so tired. So if you're speaking about this, let's go. Kaende. Wananiandikia hivyo, kaende. Don't stop. We are here for you. Na wakikuitisha lawyer will provide. Yeah.
Are you scared for anything? Like, are you prepared? Are you looking for a lawyer?
I think I'm not looking for a lawyer. But I was scared. Juzi usiku senye niliona imetrend, I was very scared. Hadi sasa yani ukisikia tu mtu anakuja kwa mlango yenyu, you're like, bas, wamekuja. I was very much scared, but I think when I'm seeing it today, I woke up, I was number 2 on Twitter. I saw Dennis Itumbi, I'm a post Robert Alai, like, it just gave me hope that there's someone who is big, who thinks I'm actually making sense. So I'm not scared anymore. Yeah.
What about your cousin, how is she handling all this?
For her, she's scared. She was so scared. She never thought that this video will go that far. So she's been like, me, I don't want anything to do with this, but I'm just happy, like, nimeacha kusikia vibaya venye walinifuta bila makosa. Nimeacha kusikia vibaya. And for her, she's like, what, life has to move on. This is just life. This is what happens. So we move on. And at sometimes hata anasoma hizo comments zenye zinasema ati kwani nyinyi mkusoma, fanyeni kazi kwa club, mkubali kukuliwa juu mkuenda shule. And anakuwa like, I've gone to school. Let me ask you, have you ever seen hoteli gani Glee on Kiambu Road? Did you see them advertise? And that hotel is up and running. We have diplomas in hospitality. We don't see these hotels advertise. We just hear they opened up and people are working. So where do you expect us to get jobs? So even you who is commenting that tukusoma, provide those jobs, and then you see, we will not send ourselves. We are very hardworking. We just need money at the end of the day. So we take anything that we get our way. Yeah.
All right. Do you have a message to maybe the manager and maybe any other manager who is doing a similar thing to young ladies who are just trying to earn a living, in the right way?
What I'll tell the manager, I'll tell him that, first of all, if you have girls, you would want to protect them as a father. I want you to put yourself in a father's shoe, that the daughter is being taken advantage of because amekuja kujitafutia wewe manager, you're doing everything to her, all those nasty things, so that you can give her this job. Just put your mind like, this is my daughter, alafu namwambia kuje nimkule au kuje unipikie. Like, it's not fair. So me, I'll tell you, if you get to be fired, just go home, umeishi maisha yako, go home, repent and start afresh, na usifanyie hivyo mtu mwingine, because hiyo kitu hu traumatize wasichana sana. They might be doing it kwa sababu mtu ako desperate. I just need this job, let me just do it. But at the back of those girls' mind, they live with a trauma that never heals. So huyo dem ako job, anajua alikupea. Like hata maybe, it's disgusting. So me, I'll tell him, go and change and never do that to anyone else. Because what goes around, it always comes back around to you. So, yeah. And I'll tell every other management, if you take care of your employees, your business will flourish. What I am advocating for is a healthy working environment for every person, and treat every person like it's your daughter, it's your son, amekuja kuomba hapa kazi. Because usitreat watu ni kama your kids will never grow up to work. You think you're rich right now, tables do turn. Your kids end up suffering because of what? My mom did this, my dad did this to this girl. So, yeah.
Maybe a word of advice as well to the ladies who are working in these establishments and unajipata umepeana sexual favors just to get a job, not because you want to, but vile umesema you're desperate because you need a way of earning a living.
I'll tell all the ladies, I know jobs are not easy to find, and it's so hard kwanza being here in Kenya and looking for a job and getting it. But I am telling all the ladies, please, tuache tu kupeana. Let's stop making these men think we are so desperate. Let's stop making these men see us as, useless people who can be used anyhow that these men want to use us. So I'll tell every girl, if you're told no, it is okay. There's always another door. If this door closes, there's always a window. If the window closes, there's always another way. And put God first. If you involve God in everything you do, then he's going to guide you. But let's stop making these men think we are so desperate for these favors, for these jobs. We can do it. Yes. Just believe in yourself and push yourself. If you're told no here, go to the next door. There's always something that is going to give. Yes.
Thank you so much, Carrie, for your time. We appreciate and continue fighting for, and fighting and advocating for these rightful things. Na si peke yake. We hope to see you do a lot more and get the right support. Is there anyone you'd like to support you in this cause?
I think I would have loved it if the female leaders will come out and actually hold hands with me and just say, you know what, we want to fight for our women who are being taken advantage of. It will really mean a lot to me. But even if they are not going to come out, I am going to continue speaking because this is what is in me. I do it passionately. I do it from the bottom of my heart. So, yeah.
Thank you so much.
And for those who are saying I don't have a job, I have a job. I have a shop. I have my own studio, Pale Ruaka. If you want to confirm, I have seen a lot of people tell me I'm not jobless. I have a job. And if you're a woman, come, I glam you and I make you pretty. Yes.
Thank you so much, Carrie.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
So normally when you're a casual, he's the one to communicate whether tomorrow he'll report to work or not. So when I refused to give in, he stopped communicating if I should go to work or I shouldn't. The number of people who have given in, it's not much, but those who have given up just gone home, wako pia.
So there's a chance you'll give in and still get fired.
Yes, or still he won't pick your calls or texts. Yes.
What's up, everybody? This is Kenya Online Media, your number one source of entertainment news. My name is Eve Nyaga. Now, there has been this video that has been going viral of a certain lady who decided to expose Quiver for allegedly having a manager who seeks for sexual favors from their employees, the female employees. And if they don't give these sexual favors, they get fired. So she's here with me today. She'll be telling us why she has decided to speak out and why now. Let's get to hear that story. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm good.
So tell us what exactly happened that led wewe kukuwa fired?
Okay. I was working at an establishment. I first went there as a walk-in interview. I was given a chance to work as a casual staff as they monitor the way I work. So the rule is if you work properly as a casual, you meet your targets, that's when you get a permanent job. So that's where I began the job on December as a casual staff. Yes. So I worked there as a casual until recently when I was fired. For those months that I worked there, I managed to meet my targets. But now, after immediately I began the job, the manager kept telling me to pass by his house so that I can maybe manage to get a permanent space as a worker there. So I rejected, of course, but he kept insisting and insisting. So all this time, 5 months down the line, I didn't manage to get the permanent position in that establishment. But I really met my targets. I did my work properly. Yeah. So I asked my fellow colleagues what is the procedure I'm supposed to meet so that I can get a permanent position. I was told if you work properly that you will get a job. And then I did that. Then I asked why am I not even getting the position still? So the manager told me you have to come by my house. So I refused. And then my colleagues, other casuals who are already employed, I asked them and they told me you have first to go to his house to get the position. So the rumors were going around the place until it got to the director. So the director called us, female staff, to have a meeting with us, confirm if it's true that happens. It was confirmed, but there were no evidence that it happens. So he asked around who are those casual staff who have not managed to get the position. Then we stood up. I was among those who didn't get. So akatuliza, how long have you been working here? I told him 5 months. And then he said now you'll get to the payroll. And that's now when I started working from the 1st of June as a permanent staff. And that came direct from the director of the establishment. So when I began working, I heard that the manager has said I'm on target because I didn't go through his procedure. Like he didn't employ me through what he does. So I was his target. Then now on last Saturday, there were a lot of customers and it was so busy, the place was so busy. Then a customer, it happens that they normally sometimes there are those customers who just walk away without paying their bill. So he walked away without paying the bill. So the procedure is if he doesn't pay, you have to pay it. The waiter who served him has to pay it, or you wait until it's deducted. So I thought still at the end of the month it will be deducted from my salary. So I decided to pay. And it was around 3 a.m. So the shift was already closed, but I paid. So I went home, and then come on Monday, I'm told there was some money that was lost, and it showed that I paid from my account. And then I tried to explain to him that the customer went without paying, but he said I'm dishonest, and he sent me home on a suspension. So I asked, the suspension normally we are told it has to last for some time. So when you're told to go home for a suspension, you need to ask for how long. I asked him, how long am I going on suspension? He said till further notice. So when you're told like that, just know you're fired. So I was angry. I went to talk to the other staff. I asked, I've been suspended. I don't know when I'm coming back. And they said, you were on target. So maybe this is the chance he got to fire you. Yeah. And then I went home.
I'm so sorry about that. So, ukisema the manager asks you to go to his place, how does he do it? Does he send you a text anakuambia by word of mouth ama anaifanya aje?
He tells you by word of mouth. When you're, like I said, when you're going for those casual jobs, that is when he tells you. He doesn't call you, he doesn't send any texts. And even if he sends a text, his WhatsApp has that disappearing messages. So after 24 hours or sometimes the messages just disappear. Yeah, but he tells you by the word of mouth.
So while you are working there, najua you have female colleagues, I mean your other colleagues. Did that happen to other female colleagues, and did you talk about it? Na maybe the number of wenye walikubali ni wengi ama ni wachache?
Yeah, kuna wenye come out, they were telling me they did that, they got the job. Others did that, and then after giving in, he doesn't pick your calls, he doesn't reply your messages. So it has happened. The number of people who have given in, it's not much, but those who have given up just gone home, wako pia.
So there's a chance you'll give in and still get fired.
Yes, or still he won't pick your calls or texts. Yes.
Is there any proof, that he does this other than the word of mouth yenye your colleagues have talked about na pia wewe vile umesema?
Yeah, I have this friend of mine. She's no longer working there. She sent me a voice note of how she was harassed, and after not giving in foolish, the manager never picked her calls, never replied to her messages, and she didn't manage to get the job. Yes.
How was he treating you? Unajua, you've said that you refused to go to his house. How was he treating you in the 5 months that alikuwa nakupasiu akikwambia uende kwake, we unalenga unakata?
So normally when you're a casual, he's the one to communicate whether tomorrow he'll report to work or not. So when I refused to give in, he stopped communicating if I should go to work or I shouldn't. So I felt like he stopped calling me because I refused. So I used to go by myself without his calls, without his text. Also working there, I didn't have many cases because I was disciplined. So there's hakuna place tulikuwa tunakosana naye apart from now he's not calling me in for the casual job. Yeah. So
hakukuwa na kumistreat at indirectly?
Yeah, but he never called me for gigs. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So this manager, right? Umefanya kazi huko 5 months and then you're supposed to be employed in the 6th month, right? How fast are you supposed to move from being a casual to a permanent employee?
Immediately they look at the sales. Immediately your sales has hit the target. There's a target that is provided. That is when immediately, even if it's 1 week, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, that is when you get the job. So there's no like a specific period, just when you hit the target. Yeah.
But 5 months was too long.
That was too long. You can hit the target in like 2-3 weekends. Yeah.
So when the director called for the meeting with, the female employees, how did he respond? Once mulimwambia that this is what the manager does, was there any action that was taken against him?
He promised to summon him and he asked us to provide the evidence so that he can work on it. Yeah, that was where we just left it at that. We provide evidence, but he also promised to summon him and he promised to make our environment better.
Did you provide, was there any evidence?
There was no evidence. Like I told you, he never calls and he never sends messages. He just tells you by word of mouth. So maybe if you manage to record on your phone him speaking, but we didn't manage to give the evidence.
Right. So how did that make you feel, getting fired, ukijua vizuri sana, like sikuwa na makosa, I have done everything right, I have met my targets, but you're still firing me?
I was so mad. I really cried. First of all, I really needed that job. I have a kid who I need to provide to, so I felt so low. I even lost self-esteem because I thought maybe I wasn't doing anything. I thought like I'm not doing things right, but I have I believe now that I did everything right, so I felt really bad.
And did it cross your mind at any time? Maybe ningeenda too so that I don't lose this job.
No. I stood with my principles, yeah. Because even after, during those 5 months, he still insisted, but I never thought. I just stood by my principles.
This manager, is he a married man?
I cannot confirm, but I cannot confirm that, yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for your story. I hope that from your story that there is justice and this will not happen to other ladies.
I hope so.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Well, you have heard the story from Kare and the said cousin who this actually happened to. And in case something like this has happened to you as well, you can comment down kwa comment section and tell us your experience as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next time.